There is a very odd behaviour we humans need to address. The more time we spend practicing, learning a skill, getting ourselves to the point of absolute perfection, the less comfortable we become talking about it with absolute confidence. Not because we don't know the subtle angles and details that make up the perfect deadlift, but because you are so now ingrained in that knowledge that you have spent years honing that skill and understanding, that you're starting to see the edges. And because once you see the edges of a thing, certainty becomes very hard to defend. There's a trusted, universal belief that knowledge leads to certainty. That the more we know, the clearer the world around us becomes. And that through study and practice, all of your learning is a process of replacing that doubt with absolute confidence. Well, guess what? That belief, it's totally wrong. Knowledge does not create certainty. Instead, it completely dismantles it. And history keeps proving this to us time and time again. In January 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded 73 seconds after launch.
And liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
7 astronauts were killed in one of the West's most devastating disasters. I remember it. Watching the explosion happen on TV, I remember seeing that the news anchor on GMTV at the time was crying. And my mum told me that one of the astronauts was a school teacher. I began to cry too. The explosion itself, the disaster, it wasn't ignorance, wasn't caused by recklessness, wasn't a lack of intelligence, it was certainty. NASA engineers knew there was a problem with the rubber O-ring seals. They knew cold temperatures reduced their flexibility. They had data, they had memos, they had warnings, but the management believed that they knew enough. Previous launches had survived, the system had not failed before, so uncertainty was treated as noise. What they had mistaken for knowledge was actually familiarity. And familiarity breeds confidence. That confidence hardens into certainty, and certainty shuts down all doubt. And now here's the uncomfortable part. The engineers who were the most knowledgeable were the ones who were the least certain. And the people furthest from the technical reality were the most confident. Now that's not an accident. That, unfortunately, is a pattern. Socrates understood this 24 centuries earlier. He didn't claim wisdom because he knew more facts. He claimed it because he knew how often human beings confuse belief with truth. I know that I know nothing was not humility theatre. So the moment you really understand a subject, you stop speaking in absolutes. Not because the truth disappears, doesn't disappear at all, but it's actually about something else arriving, and that is complexity. David Hume showed something even more disturbing. Most of what we call certainty isn't logic, it's actually habit. We expect the sun to rise tomorrow not because we can prove it must, but because it always has. So certainty, it turns out, is simply pattern recognition wearing confidence. Knowledge and wisdom will always reveal this, and once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. And here is where things start to get pretty dark. Certainty today is no longer about truth, it's about signaling. Confidence gets rewarded, and doubt, it gets punished. So what do? You get people performing certainty long before they've earned any understanding. And the louder the certainty, the thinner the knowledge underneath it usually is.